This time, two small reminders which are very basic, very valuable to bring it into consideration and work with. And one of the reminders I have been giving long time ago, and it is just to bring remembrance in a light way. One says many times a day, not only on the phone but also in different connections, hello, hello, hello. From your side, whatever be the background of it, make it a remembrance for you to look at everyone through the eyes of love. And when you are saying hello to anybody, from your heart, remember, you are saying, hey, love. One day you will understand the sense behind it more deeply when your experience is there, that the whole basis of life, when one wants to put it in words, can be put in the nutshell as love. That is why Jesus used to say, God is love. It is something very valuable to understand through your understanding in a direct way, through your experiential understanding. So, when you look at anyone with the eyes of love, and eyes of love means where you are with your heart in the moment when you are considering, when you are seeing the other, when you are saying hello. It's possible to use all these words very superficially, and we have been used to playing around in that way also in life in many areas, in many social connections. One even calls the other, hey darling, hey sweetie, hey this and all. But this is referring to a quality of love which is more than just putting words to please the other. It is what you need to remember. How the other takes it, that is very different from person to person. But when you refer to anybody, when you address to anybody, and even if you're only saying hi, deep within remember hi, love. That means look through your heart. Connect through your heart. Because the sensibility of the heart is not easy to live, because it means you are connecting to the wholeness beyond the preoccupation with the idea of the separate I. The normal way of connecting is I looking at the other. It's on the game level. But when you say hello and are considering the other from the heart, it is going deeper than the game level. Apparently it is the other, but it's also considering the other more sympathetically, more wakefully, compassionately, more deeply. So this will be a valuable aspect to bring into living, to experiment with, to play with, and to allow, so that the reality behind the word love becomes experientially clear to you. What is really meant with it. And that is not a goal which I'm trying to make in this. I'm simply saying that when you allow the heart, the sensibility, in a wakeful way, that is where it will lead you to. So this is one reminder. And the second reminder was also very simple. It's just when you carefully consider and recognize, in all interactions, the negative reaction which is coming up in you, it may be human, it may have even relevance, but don't settle with that. Instead, consider what is now an answer which is not coming from the automatic reaction. Because the negativity is a reaction. And negativity should not be the basis for answering to the situation, answering to the challenge. When you consider that this way very wakefully, then you will see that what your intelligence is showing will not be based on any anger or hatred or aggression or resignation or disappointment. It will be looking what is in the given moment a healthy answer. And that will be very different. That will be not based on negativity. When you are still trapped in the shadows of negativity, that means you are not yet clear. Your energy is still trapped. So stay wakeful and look with this remembrance that the negative reaction is human, but that is not to be based. That should not be the basis from which you act. If you are trapped in the negativity, then you can be hateful, you can be aggressive, you can be very unloving, you can be very destructive. And there are various occasions where you may find logical, rational explanations for being the way you are. It is not a question of the logic here. It's a question of recognizing that when you want to answer to any situation in a healthy, in an intelligent, in a loving, in a creative way, it cannot be based on negativity. It has more factors involved in it, why it cannot be based on negativity, but that is what you may recognize and discover in the process. But let it be clear to you that the negativity which comes in certain situations, in certain interactions, accept that, don't condemn it, don't try to cover it up and pretend as if you don't have it. That is not the point. It is not in trying to paint your image to make it look holy. It is simply realizing that whatever is there, watch it and don't be trapped in that what is pulling you towards a negative reaction. So when through your consideration, through your wakeful way of being with the situation, you respond to the situation, respond to the challenge, respond to the conflict, respond to the so-called problem. The intelligent, the healthy, the creative response will come from a state of clarity, a state of peacefulness. That will be very valuable not only for you, but also for the other. Because it will not be based on a narrow idea of the self. That is why it is not selfish in the narrow sense. Experiment with this. This is just one aspect. So in every interaction, when negative reactions are coming, accept it, watch it, but look and consider that this is not coming from your state of clarity, it is not coming from your intelligent state, it's not coming from the depth of your understanding, It is part of a conditioned automatic process. Recognizing that, then look, what is an answer? What is a response? So this is the second reminder. Work with it as carefully, as deeply, as wholeheartedly. It will be very, very valuable, both these reminders.